Have you ever sat right next to the woman you love, perhaps even right after being physically intimate, but you still felt a distance of thousands of miles between your two souls? You feel as if you are only touching the outer shell, while the access code to get deep inside her heart is something you completely lack. The biggest mistake we men make is believing that intimacy only begins when the bedroom lights go out. But the bitter truth is this. If a woman does not feel emotionally safe, all your techniques or passion become meaningless. In fact, they can even backfire. Today's video is not about typical bedroom tricks or techniques. I am going to reveal to you 5 hidden psychological touch points on a woman's body and in her mind. These are areas where, when you touch them the right way, with respect and understanding, you will not only unlock her desire, but also build absolute trust. In particular, the third point will completely change the way you view connection. Do not miss it, because by the end of the video, I will reveal an unexpected twist about the female brain that maybe 99% of men are getting wrong. Before we dive deep, if you're someone who always craves to understand your woman better, please hit like and subscribe right now. Now let us begin. Point 1, the back of the neck, the gateway to ultimate trust. Imagine this, guys. The back of the neck is a place she completely cannot see. In the language of the nervous system, this is an extremely vulnerable area. When you stand behind someone and touch their neck, their brain immediately asks the question, is this person a threat or a safe harbor? According to neuroscience, the back of the neck contains many nerve endings connected directly to the brain's emotional and memory centers. This is exactly where the process of neuroception takes place, a term by Dr. Stephen Porges to describe how the nervous system automatically scans for safety signals. I have a friend, let us call him Nam. Nam used to complain that his wife had been very cold lately. I told him tonight, while she is standing at the stove cooking, do not say anything and do not demand anything. Just walk up close, gently brush her hair to one side, pause for a beat so she can feel your warmth, and then place a very slow kiss on the back of her neck. Nam followed through. He recounted that at that very moment, his wife let out a sigh of relief and leaned her entire body back into his arms. That was not sexual arousal. It was emotional surrender. Signs to look for. When she relaxes her shoulders, lets out a gentle sigh, or tilts her head toward you, that is a signal she has granted you access rights to her world. Point 2, behind the ears, activating the bonding hormone oxytocin. The second touch point that many men often overlook is the delicate skin behind the ear. Do you know why the ears are so important? Because that is where the secrets, the whispers, and the gentlest laughter are kept. This area is closely connected to the pleasure centers of the brain and specifically releases oxytocin, also known as the cuddle hormone. Oxytocin has the ability to reduce levels of cortisol, which is the stress hormone, helping women feel more protected and trust their partner more than ever. For example, instead of aggressive actions, try using your lips to touch lightly or whisper sincere words into her ear when the two of you are sitting quietly together. Do not compliment her beauty in a cliché way. Instead say, I truly treasure your presence. When you do that, the physical contact combined with prosody, a deep, rhythmic, and warm voice, will activate her social engagement system, making her feel like the only woman chosen. Point 3, the inner wrist, respect and empathy, the touch of reverence. This is the point I said would change how you connect. The inner wrist is where the skin is thinnest, where you can most clearly feel her pulse, that is her rhythm, her life energy. Psychology points out that touching the inner wrist activates brain regions related to empathy and emotional awareness. This is not a touch of possession, but a touch of reverence. Think back to classic movies when a man takes a woman's hand and kisses her wrist lightly. That action carries the message, I cherish every beat of your heart. I am not in a hurry. I am here for you. In a world where everyone is rushing to demand something, this patience is a kind of kryptonite that makes any woman's heart flutter. The sign, if, when you touch her, she does not pull her hand away, but leaves it still in your hand, she is lowering her final protective shield. Stop for a moment. Do you guys find these things familiar? Have you ever tried touching these points? Please comment, tried it, or share your experience below. Point 4, the collarbone and the hollow of the neck. Connection from the heart. The collarbone area is considered a symbol of elegance and femininity. This is an area very close to the heart, both biologically and symbolically. When you give attention to this area, you are sending a signal that you admire her core essence, not just her curves. A slow kiss in the hollow of the neck creates deep intimacy, making her feel honored like a work of art. In emotionally focused therapy, or EFT, experts often help couples reconnect by sharing vulnerabilities. There was a couple, Jason and Giselle. They had lost their sexual connection for many years because Jason felt performance pressure. Instead of focusing on the result, Jason was guided to only touch and kiss his wife's collarbone lightly while focusing on her breath. The result was that Giselle cried, not out of sadness, but because she finally felt seen, recognized after so many years of being abandoned in emotional loneliness. Point 5. The lower back, the anchor of safety. Many people think the lower back is nothing special, but in reality, this is where women carry a lot of daily pressure and responsibility. Place your hand gently and firmly on the lower back area when standing in a crowd or when she is tired. This action is not sexual, it is protective. It sends a wordless message through the nervous system. I am always behind you, supporting you. You do not have to carry everything alone. Signs to look for. If she leans back against your hand, that is emotional surrender. She trusts you enough to entrust her balance to you. But guys, listen carefully to this part, because this is the golden key, without which all 5 touch points above become meaningless. You can memorize the 5 touch points. You can practice them skillfully. But if her nervous system is in a state of alarm, then every touch from you will only make her want to push you further away. The shocking truth is that a woman's largest sex organ is not what you think. It is her brain. Science calls this the phenomenon of neuroception. If during the day the two of you just had an argument, if you just ignored her feelings, or if you were just preoccupied with looking at your phone while she was talking, then her brain will turn on danger mode. At this point, her nervous system will tightly shut all gateways to arousal. You touch her neck, she gets goosebumps from fear. You touch her ear, she finds it annoying. You touch her wrist, she feels controlled. The real secret is emotional connection is the most important foreplay for women. For women, talking is foreplay. Without safety, without understanding, her body will never truly open to you. So, what do we learn from these psychological secrets? 1. Intimacy is an emotional map. Do not look at a woman's body as physical puzzle pieces. Look at it as a map of memories, fragility, and the desire to be understood. 2. Safety is the prerequisite for passion. You cannot have a fiery sex life on a cold and cracked emotional foundation. 3. Presence is more important than technique. 10 minutes of listening to her share her heart without judgment and without holding a phone is worth more than any expensive gift. Practical advice for you right today. Try performing the 10-minute connection exercise. Tonight, put your phone away, look straight into her eyes, and ask, how was your day really? Is there anything weighing on your mind? Listen to understand, not to solve the problem. And after that, use one of the 5 touch points I shared to show her she is cherished. You will see magic happen when she feels she is truly seen. Dear brothers, if this video helped you have a new perspective on the woman you love, please help me spread it by hitting like and sharing it with your friends. Do not forget to comment the word cherish if you commit to building emotional safety for her starting today. Your comments are the motivation for me to continue making higher quality content. Hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you do not miss the next video on relationship psychology. Thank you for listening. See you in the next video. I wish you a deep and lasting love.